This Sunday, 1 p.m., Eagles-Bucks wild card weekend. We are under 48 hours away from kickoff. I am so excited, but the question of the week, can the Philadelphia Eagles somehow, some way, pull off the upset against Tom Brady and the reigning Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers? We are certainly going to discuss. Let's go. Perfect. What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome back on into the show. Like always, if you enjoy the content, feel free to drop a like, hit the subscribe if you're new, and hit the bell so you get all the notifications anytime we drop content or go live. Just to let you know, we will be live post-game after the Eagles and Bucks conclude on Sunday, so be sure to come out and get that post-game reaction analysis. I waited till today to do this because as of today, we were still trying to finalize some things, see who's going to play, and we have to start this one out with the best news of the day, and that is, it is confirmed Miles Sanders will be playing on Sunday against the Bucks. I am very happy about it. John Clark here saying that Miles asked the team to promise him that they would make the playoffs so he could play. This was on the day that he got hurt and obviously had surgery on his hand, but he is back and ready to go. It is a miracle. It is a blessing. I'm so happy to have Miles Sanders back. But, you know, let's be honest. Let's start this one out by giving the truth, right? This is going to be a tall test. This is going to be a tough game. Eagles, Bucks. We know the last time the Eagles played Brady in the Super Bowl, it was an unbelievable game, one of the craziest in NFL history. The Eagles came out on top. We know Brady has had his struggles, you know, against NFC East teams in the playoffs, even Washington last year, right? That was the hardest game they pretty much played, and then they went on to win the Super Bowl. They've lost to the Giants twice. There has been some interesting matchups in the NFC East, and now the Eagles come in, and if you remember what I've been saying for the last maybe 6 or 7 weeks, I said if the Eagles get in the playoffs, they are going to be one of those teams that nobody wants to play. Why? Because they're not the most talented. They're not, the best team, but they're gritty. They're going to run it down your throat, and they're going to really squeeze it out of you. They're going to try to, win this game and deflate you, no pun intended, as much as they can. And if Brady and them come out on top, then they do. But honestly, I think the Eagles are going to put up a good fight. I do. Whether we win or lose, I think the Eagles can come out here and make it an interesting game, right? We talk about the conditions, according to the weather reports the last couple of days, they say that there's supposed to be 20 to 30 mile an hour winds in Tampa Bay with a 95% chance of rain. Now, if you know about Tampa Bay, they say one thing and then, it'll just be sunny as day. So who knows, right? That's what Bruce Arians even said this week in his press conference. But at the end of the day, whatever happens, I would actually prefer it to get a little sloppy out there. I think it would play to the Eagles' advantage, obviously being a run-heavy team. And, we wouldn't really have to rely on the passing game too much. I think we could really establish our run early. I feel like it would kind of force the hand of Nick Sirianni and this team. And who knows? Once you catch fire, right, maybe you don't look back. But, this is going to be a really tough game. And I've been getting asked the last couple days, what do I feel overall about the Eagles' chances? Like, what is, the advantage of this game? What is the disadvantage? Obviously, like I just said, the Eagles have to rely on their identity. We have talked all week and all year, essentially, about what this team needs to do. And pretty much actually after the Tampa Bay game is when they got it turned around, right? They started to run the ball, and wow, look at that. Miles Sanders can actually be an elite back. I'm pretty sure all of us said that before week 1. Oh, Jordan Howard's on the practice squad? Let's bring him up to the active roster. Wow, look at that combination. If these guys are healthy playing, like the Eagles can average $160 any single week. They can get a couple touchdowns on the ground, and they can tire the heck out of your defense. And when you're playing a guy like Tom Brady, you got to keep him off the field as much as you can, right? This Eagles team needs to rely on their identity. And now I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts doesn't have to make big throws. He does. He has to have a really, really good game. And, I want to give Jalen Hurts credit for the season, just staying with it the way he was able to, kind of go with things and just keep getting better. He's gotten a lot better. Nick Sirianni, I really didn't get a chance to talk about this at all, but I'm sorry, Nick. I was way too out, too early on you, and I was pissed about not really the football stuff, but more like the extracurricular stuff that you were doing. But somehow you got this team motivated. And, I'm really proud of Nick Sirianni. He has earned my respect. I remember the last Tampa Bay game, I remember saying after the game, I wanted to already fire Nick. I apologize. Nick has definitely earned my respect, and he adjusted, he adapted, he changed the entire scheme of this team. And you see what happened, man. We were all calling for it, and this team actually can play. They can actually win games. They ended up winning 9 games on the year, which is crazy for a team that was expected to win around 5. Anyway, Nick Sirianni has to pound a run. We have to get our guys going early, right? You can't come out here and do anything stupid. You can't change up the game plan. Stick with what works. Go with your strong suits. And that's that. In terms of these, extra things like creative screens or trying to, get too flashy, too tricky, don't do that, okay? Come out, do your thing. A trick play here and there is okay, especially against Brady. But, don't come out and if it's 4th and 3 early in the game, don't go for it, okay? I'm not saying don't go for it 4th and inches at the 45. I'm not saying that. But you really have to make the most of every possession because in a playoff game, you get down early, especially to Tom Brady, or you make one bad decision, you don't kick a field goal when you should have, and this and that, it will come back to bite you, and you may lose the game because of it. You got to get your weapons going early. Devontae, Dallas Goedert. For some reason, I don't feel that these guys are going to be fazed by the moment. I think they're going to come out just fine, and I honestly think the offense is going to be able to do some things and hopefully keep Brady off the field. Now, my biggest concern about this game, and if you're asking me in terms of a percentage, in terms of what I think is fair for the Eagles to win this game, I know I just talked a lot of positive, but if I'm being honest, okay, I give the Eagles maybe a 25% chance to win this game. And why is that? It's because of Jonathan Gannon. I know you're not going to like to hear this, but it's just how I feel. It's just my take. I would love to hear from you, whether you agree, disagree, whatever. But Jonathan Gannon, unlike Nick Sirianni, has not adapted at all, right? And obviously the Eagles are the number 1 rushing offense, but you're going up against the number 1 passing team. Brady had 5,300 yards. Now, I know Antonio Brown is not there anymore. I know Godwin is out. I know Gronk's banged up. Even Evans was a little banged up. Leonard Fournette banged up. But the fact of the matter is you're going against, I hate to say it, the GOAT, okay? I will respect Brady and acknowledge he's the GOAT. One thing I will never respect him for is not shaking Nick Foles' hands after the Super Bowl. I know he was talking about it this week. I don't care. I'm never going to respect him for that. I don't really like him, but I have to admit he's the GOAT. And the thing about Tom Brady is he doesn't have to get too flashy. He doesn't even move out of the pocket. And with Jonathan Gannon and what I've seen from defense, pretty much the same thing all year. No adjustments at all, really. I mean, the numbers are good. He started to send blitzes in, the last 5 weeks, but they are against quarterbacks like Jake Fromm, okay? I haven't seen him doing it against a good quarterback. And last time we played Tampa Bay, I know we were a different team, but Jonathan Gannon played scared the entire game. I know we only lost by like 6 points. Brady still had 300 yards on like 42 attempts. But Tom Brady is just going to take exactly what we give him. And this guy has seen everything at this point. He's going to go dink, dunk. And if Jonathan Gannon, look, prove me wrong. If he comes out and brings pressure, I will be the happiest person in the world. I want the Eagles to beat Brady so bad. Even if we don't, I think we're in a good position going forward. It's good to get the playoff experience. I'm a guy who always wants to get to the playoffs. But Jonathan Gannon has not substantially shown me anything yet to prove that he's going to come out here and bring pressure, right? We can't rush for the entire game. We can't start out, especially in rainy weather, right? You got to push your corners up. You got to press and force Brady to throw it downfield. If Brady throws one downfield for 45 yards in the rain, kudos to him. But honestly, I don't even count on Slay getting beat. I know Evans had 14 touchdowns this year. They have good weapons. Brady can throw to anybody. Guess what? The Eagles have some playmakers as well, and especially over the middle of the field as well. Edwards, these guys. I have a feeling if Gronk is good to go and he plays, I just think we're going to have some trouble on the defensive side. And I think Gannon is really going, especially against Brady in the playoffs, he's really going to play conservative like he has had more than he's had all year. And I'm really worried about it. So I really hope Gannon proves me wrong. But I don't think the Eagles have a really good chance of winning this game because of the defensive scheme. We have the talent, but can the talent beat the scheme? Because I think Gannon is really going to limit these guys as he's done before. I don't want to see guys playing off their man on 3rd and 10. You can't give up big third downs in this game. Regular season games, fine, but in here, and regular season is even not good, but in a playoff game, you have so many opportunities that are just so maximized, and if you mess up one or two of those, it will cost you the game, especially against Brady. Why did we win that Super Bowl? Because we made every single play, and we made the first defensive play we could, right? But we didn't mess up these opportunities. We had to go toe for toe. The guy threw 500 yards. You cannot do that in this game. Hurts is going to have to make big throws. We have to have a huge day on the ground, and we have to stick with it, even if it starts to get bad early on. Sanders, Howard, they have to carry this offense. I'm telling you. Not that I don't believe in Jalen Hurts. He's going to have to make some big throws, but we have to come up big. The Eagles injury report looks like everybody will probably be good to go. The only questionable I'm looking at here is Herbig and Sweat. Apparently Sweat has a stomach bug, so hopefully he can bounce back and get ready to go. Obviously, Levante David and Fournette are questionable for the Bucs. I think they will play. But at the end of the day, talent aside, you're going up against the GOAT and Brady. I want the Eagles to win really bad. I think it's going to be actually a scrappy, gritty game. I think it'll be in the mid-20s. I think it's going to be one of those kind of games. Might even come down to a late possession in the 4th, but given the experience of this team, it's going to be tough. I hope the Eagles and Jonathan Gannon, prove me wrong, come out here, get it done, all right, and go upset. We have no pressure on our shoulders. Come out here, upset this team, and move on to the next round. But it's really going to be a tall test. Those are just my thoughts. I want to hear from you. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. Can the Eagles pull off the upset in this game? Appreciate you all for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like always, I will catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect.